I'm CT. When I'm not busy being Arroe, the podcaster, I live in the real world. I mean, everybody has to have a job, right? Mine just happens to be CS, customer service. You know, solutions, relationships, while keeping my team motivated and pumped up to make a constant connection with each person who has chosen to step into our location. Episode number 116, Instacart Nightmares, Shrimp Theft, and TikTok Challenge. This is C.T.C.S.
Transition walk, day number 1 out of 4. A transition walk is getting the opportunity to just take a walk. Doesn't have to be in this beautiful forest that I'm in right now in South Charlotte, North Carolina. Take a walk through a park, through a grocery store. Take a walk. Disconnect from the expectations of your everyday world. Just take a walk. That's a transition walk. And today's one of those days where I need one. I mean, I still have a very difficult time talking with all these people of the entertainment world and famous doctors. And then you have to stop and go do a job at a grocery store. The mind, it has a difficult time digesting that I have a real life. Whoa, I just walked into a huge mess. We've got 3 huge cards here. The total is $2,305. We're on register number 3 right now, and Instacart isn't accepting the payment. We got a huge problem here. Because first of all, one of us is going to have to put all this away. I've never put away $2,000 worth of groceries, but that's where we are at register number 3 right now. I'm trying to figure out how Instacart is going to get us out of this. We have a woman on aisle 3 who has fallen. It's an elderly woman. I'm not going to say she's a person of homelessness, but she's fallen on the floor at this point in time. She says she didn't slip on anything. She just lost her balance and has fallen down. It's been about 42 minutes. We're still waiting for the Instacart employee to get things cleared up with Instacart. Over $2,000 worth of groceries. My God, I've never seen this much food. She doesn't know if they're throwing a party. She doesn't know what's going on. You try to have that one-on-one conversation, get engaged in a conversation during these stressful situations. But, wow. I don't want to put this stuff back. Come on, Instacart. I don't want to ask, can this day get any worse? Because it's going to curse the day is what it's going to do. But we just had a bad car accident in our parking lot. It's full of people. It's full of shoppers because we're in a shopping center. And a woman punched the gas and not the brake and has totally taken out an SUV. So they had to jump the curb to get to the SUV. There's injury. And the SUV, oh my God, it sucks for him. Oh, and where's it gone? This is Thirsty Thursday. We have live music. Well, they've obviously hired somebody who's singing Christmas music. He's singing it out of tune. He's horrible. Singing Frosty the Snowman. He's trying to be a character singing the song. Dude, just sing the song the way that we know it. Don't be a character. Or maybe I'm wrong. Here it is, the first edition of What Would You Do? Would you leave? Or would you sit there and sing Frosty the Snowman? Okay, let's give you an update on the Instacart. 1 hour, 37 minutes, and it's been cleared, and everybody's been paid, and now I ask, who's going to put away over $2,000 worth of groceries? But let me tell you something. It was a sweaty moment. Sweaty in the way of trying to figure out how we were going to do this if we had to put them back. I don't mean to be picking on Instacart here, but another incident today, and the incident is that we don't take back merchandise because you're going to get double paid if we do that. So therefore, if you buy through Instacart and you bring something back because the client said no, we can't give you back your money. That's just our store policy. So the Instacart employee gets very upset, grabs the 6-pack of beer, goes into the bathroom, and starts throwing it all over the bathroom, the mirrors, the toilets, the walls. But, hey, thanks. Because now we get to take a 5-minute break to go clean up. Transition walk, day number 2 out of 4. Chilly in this forest today. Got to take that transition walk so that you can go through your mental transitions, going from a podcaster, where today, man, I had some fun talking to some great actors. I was with Daniel Roebuck, I was with actor Jason Isaacs, and I was with famous musician. You're going to have to look this guy up. He's really cool. His name is Leland Sklar, one of the greatest studio musicians of all time. Man, it's so fun to jump into their stories, to share their journeys. And then you put on your shirt, I always call it the team jersey, and you go do CS. So you caught him stealing?
They've been stealing all day, man. We've had at least 5 thefts, and it's
Really?
yeah, it's only 2:00.
Jesus.
I mean, all day long. We had 2 guys. So the guys that had this cart, they were like 14, and there was stuff in there that a 14-year-old wouldn't have. Dog food, cereal. I mean, they might have cereal, but there's other shit in there, like cleaning materials, like scrub pads.
Gel. That's for your teeth.
Well, yeah. But I mean, there's so much random shit in there. So we watch them. They abandoned the cart. Then they had a drink in their hand. They're acting like they're on their phone. That's their MO. They came here and stole a bunch of Panther shit the other day, apparently.
Oh, God.
So they finally left. Then we had the rest of the people that have been stealing have been zooming by and going out the door. Like they're a little bit better than the average thieves we have that eyeball us, and then it causes us to get attention. These other ones are coming in with bags and loading them up, and they're headed right out the door.
Presently keeping our eye on a middle-aged man with a dark coat. He's got a gigantic duffel bag inside the basket. It's been spotted that he has put about maybe $25 or $30 worth of shrimp inside the bag, and he keeps going back to add to it. So the best thing we can do is we can try to approach him and see if we can get a conversation going. You can't accuse him, but because a lot of people put their stuff in bags, but he's been in here already today, and he took off earlier today with a bunch of stuff. We just got word here at the grocery store that Quaker Chewies have been recalled because of salmonella. So they're pulling everything off right now, the shelves, for the safety of our customers.
Another customer told her she left something behind here, and ID. And then we were like, okay, what'd you leave? And she goes, I don't know.
Yeah. These are open.
And so I went back there and looked, and I'm like, I don't have anything with your name on it. Do you know what they said you left? I don't know. And it's like... It's like, well, what do we do?
And before that, the gentleman something about $100.
Oh, God, yeah.
Really, he got you, man. He got on your nerves.
Well, and he looked at me and was like, I'm sorry, because he was trying to be so quick. The cashier goes, it's $30-something. He hands her a $100 bill. She keys in $100 bills. It's in her drawer opens. She owes him $60-some. And then he goes, I need that back. I need to pay with my card. I didn't mean to hand you that $100 bill. It's from someone else. And so I'm standing over there trying to think, how can I get him the $100 bill back but not short her drawers?
Yeah.
And he's like, you going to give it back? And I was like, can you give me a minute so I can figure it out? Mm-hmm. And it's like, then I kind of figured, okay, he's either a quick change artist or he's a scammer. And so, so I called my boss up because I could not think clearly with him hovering over me like that, because all I can think is I got to protect this money. So that was, and then we've had, I don't know, at least 5.
You remember what he said to her whenever she was fixing it? He reached out his hand and she said, oh, I'm going to go make sure that, we got the money from her. He's like, oh, I thought you were going to hand me a receipt. And she said, well, I guess I could hand you it all at the same time, but here's your receipt. Yeah. And that's why she flipped him off whenever she left.
This guy really is trying to get out of the store right now. He's definitely got the shrimp underneath his bags, and they keep saying that he put them in the bags. I think he put them underneath the bag. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get him into one of the lanes. I'm going to jump into register number 2. We're chasing this guy all the way through the store. I mean, he's seeing management and security, and he's going, I'm going to get busted.
It came up as an associate on the receipt. She said she bought it yesterday. She spoke to someone that doesn't work here. And then she wanted double your money back, which you get, but she didn't have the product with her. She had was the container. And so I was like, you don't have the container. There's no way I'm gonna give you double your money back. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. Kelly told me. I'm like, well, there's no one that works here named Kelly. I don't know what to tell you.
Kelly and produce.
Right, yeah. Kelly and fucking imaginary land. But I'm running her store number, card number to see how long she's been doing this here at this store at least.
Before she keeps coming and getting her money back.
Right, yeah, because she instantly knew. Like, when someone returns something and the first thing out of their mouth is, I get double my money back, right? Right. Me, that's a red flag.
The gentleman definitely was a runner, but he didn't run out of the store with the merchandise. He realized that we were pretty much, we were satisfied. He was definitely going to try to steal the stuff. So he came up and just gave us the dirtiest damn look. But it was $179 of shrimp underneath his black bag. Boom. So what did you think when that guy came out, the one stealing the shrimp, came over and just gave you the deadliest look?
I asked him, I was like, are you good?
Yeah.
And then he just looked at me and walked away. It was his way of saying, like, you got me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It was like, you got me and fuck you. That's how he looked at me. And he did it, and then he went back around. I'm thinking, oh, he's leaving. He popped his head back around the corner and did it again. And I was like, are you good? You good? But I don't know. I don't want to get stabbed or shot and killed over shrimp, but it's like, it was almost like without saying anything, we acknowledged what happened. You know, it was like, you got me, fuck you. And it was like, I got you, fuck you.
All right, here we go. Day number 3 out of 3. No transition walk today. I was at a movie premiere. I had to travel out of town to attend this. Totally sold out. Absolutely. Ton of merchandise to give away. The whole works, man. It was just very, very special. And being in that kind of a big crowd kind of prepares you mentally for what you're about ready to face as we get closer and closer to Christmas, because the holiday crowd, they're already marching into the stores. And we're breaking sales records like you wouldn't believe. Just find the solution. Locate your calm and stay there.
You don't want me to help him? And he's like, no. Remember, I was the guy last time that forgot to come back. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. And then he come back or he couldn't get his money, because this time around it sounded like he didn't have enough.
Remember the first time he came, he brought a business check? I don't know if you were here. And he wanted to pay with a check that was made out to him from a business. And I'm like, I can't be a third party.
It's funny, but can I borrow something? Absolutely. You can have that one right there. I'll bring it back. Thank you. So, but he's also a guy that nearly passed out in self-checkout. And you remember Kai?
Yeah.
Kai was the one that saved him and had him sit down, and Kai took care of him. So when he was telling me that he's getting forgetful, I'm going, man, dude, you better not be off your medication again.
Yeah, something's going on, because today he didn't have enough money. And then he like comes up here, and then I'm just like, well, what do you want to take off? And he's just handing me shit. And I'm just,
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just scanning it.
Wow.
And he was like $50 short, and I'm just like, he didn't have his wallet last time, so I don't know, man. But he always gets a big ass cart when this shit happens.
Yeah.
Last time there was a shit ton of like frozen ice cream and stuff that almost got ruined.
Well, you saw how much ice cream you had this time?
Yeah. He had boxes and boxes and boxes of drumsticks.
Yeah.
Probably had 6 or 8 boxes.
Here's a reality check for you. Gentleman, very excited. He says, man, I get to see my granddaughter today. And I'm looking at the guy, and I'm thinking he's going to tell me that his granddaughter is going to be in her teens. And because I have an 18-year-old granddaughter and 19-year-old granddaughter, and my grandson is 17. So I'm excited to hear, how he's dealing with the teen years the second time. I asked him, I go, hey, how old's your granddaughter? My first one. She's 2. And I just stopped, because I've been with Mia for 19 years. I know what the experience is. And, as a grandparent, you want to do it again. You want to go back and live those innocent days with your grandchildren. And it's like my grandbaby is a grand woman. And now the pet peeve of the day.
It's crazy. Pet peeves.
I'm tired.
This guy comes up, and he comes to my register and says, hey, I'm going to show you a picture of the grapes we bought 4 days ago. Look how bad they are. So I didn't bring in the grapes, and I don't have my receipt. Can I just trade them out? And you're just going, and I'm on register number 5, and I'm going, dude, you're supposed to go up to customer service. And he goes, I'm just going to trade them out now. And it's like, you know what? There comes a time where you've had so many people in line. So I like, just go. But I said, next time, bring back the grapes.
Chicken. Do you have any newer chicken? Like, he just put it at 12:30. She comes in at like 2 something. Do you have any newer chicken in this? I'm like, he just put it out there.
Wow.
But an hour ago. Any fresher chicken is gonna be about an hour and I don't want to. I'll just go to another receipt. Okay, bye, man.
Oh my God. See, the pet peeve. Have you participated with the new TikTok craze?
Stealing Kia cars?
No.
We've had 3 breakers.
Yeah. Wow. No, it's cottage cheese with mustard.
What?
Cottage cheese with mustard, and you dip cucumbers or whatever into it. So when I was watching the TikTok lesson, dude, it changes the whole flavor of cottage cheese.
Wow.
And so last night I was dipping chicken in it, grocery store chicken.
Yeah.
And man, it was unbelievable, the flavor.
You want me to give you something better?
What's that?
You know what cinnamon twist are from Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Get you some of those, buy a bag, and go home and dip them in sour cream, and it'll taste just like cheesecake.
No way.
I swear.
Just like cheesecake?
Just like cheesecake.
What tastes like cheesecake?
Taco Bell cinnamon twist dipped in sour cream. Wow. Tastes
Wow.
like cheesecake.
Wow.
It sounds gross, but as somebody that worked there for 6 years, pretty damn good.
See, that's what I thought about the cottage cheese. I mean, all the way home last night, I was saying, this is getting...
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
No, dude. When you bite into it, and you're going, what the... Why have I never had this before?
A pickle...
Cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And then you have a cucumber, and you squirt mustard in it. And so, yeah, it's unbelievable.
God.
Transition walk, day number 4 out of 4. Yeah, not going to happen today. We've got a nor'easter happening right now in this forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina. In other words, this monkey could turn into a major snowstorm for those that are north of us up in Washington, D.C. and above. But hard rains, heavy winds. I even tried to go out there to take a walk with Jazzy. But I got my God on, though, today. And I'll tell you one thing that I put in my heart that I received in their message today. And that is, and maybe this might be too much, but the way you treat people is how you treat your relationship with God. Ooh. All right, let's get to customer service. Somehow, some way, I've always got to get a transition walk in now because mentally, I'm not in the game today. The storm outside is pretty rough, and that's all I want to think about. It's not, smiling and being proud of the team I'm on and things like that. And number 2, the body. 20 minutes into the show here, I didn't even get to warm up. Maybe I should have been warming up in the house where it wasn't raining instead of just going out there in the rain to do a transition walk. But plays hell. There's no feeling better than trying to help share the word love, some L-O-V. Gentleman comes in, he's looking for some rose petals, some red rose petals. I didn't ask what he needed them for, but usually red rose petals, something special is going to be happening here, especially this close to Christmas. Somebody going to be popping the question. So everybody in the store is going, no, we don't sell red rose petals. And I go, yeah, we do. Let's go get 3 roses and we'll pull the petals off. You should have seen that guy smile because his vision, whatever his emotion is about right now, man, he just showcased the love.
How do we know that you're not part of a drug cartel?
We don't. I mean, when I hadn't happened lately, but I mean, when I was younger, like much younger, I was flying in and out of Canada a lot for business.
Yeah.
Every time I came back to the United States, it was everything but the strip search. I mean, it was just like every time. So one time, and I tried to stay cool, and it was like, so one time I to the immigration,
right?
Hey, I've been to Canada 10 times in the last year. You can look it up.
Yeah.
And every time you guys give me the nth degree. I know you guys are just trying to do your job, but what's up?
Well, when you come to the store from now on, we're gonna have to check you out. We're gonna have to do a background check.
Well, so he says, he hands me this piece of paper. I'm not supposed to show you this, but he says, "What do you think?" And it has profile.
Really?
Profile sheet.
Oh wow!
It says young male, dark complected. I had a good fan back then too. Dark complected, traveling alone, usually wearing sunglasses. No checked baggage. And a couple other things.
Yeah.
And it's like check.
That's you. What did we do wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
Wow, that's being a cranky ass bitch. I love the way how you stood up to her. I mean, you're not
gonna sit. I'm already done with it. Why are you gonna sit there and have me return everything else?
Yeah.
Just because you're having a fucking bad day, don't take it out on us.
Yeah, well, she just did.
Well, if she comes back here and says something else, I'll be like, I want to tell you.
Well, she lost some sort of bag. It's like, okay, what kind of a bag?
Right. You lose your shit, that's not my problem.
Well, she just lost her shit always.
She kept her mouth shut.
You can go through many of these episodes of CTCS, and we talk about certain thieves that come in here all the time, and we describe them to you, like the woman who was riding on the electronic cart, eating food and stealing food, even as she was just driving through and collecting groceries, but she was still stealing food. And the last time that I caught her, I said, you can't do that. She got off the electric cart and then walked out and left all of her groceries there for us to put away. Guess what we just learned? They've now hired her to work in the deli. A known thief has been hired to work in the deli. How long is that going to last?
Well, there you have it. Another edition of CTCS. Hey, I invite you to create your own podcast just so you can share your world with the rest of the world. Teach us what goes on behind your scenes.